Welcome back to Mock Draft Monday. Myles Garrett has requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns, so we are going to use that into assumption today with our third edition of the Mock Draft. We're going to see who trades for Myles Garrett, but we're also going to assume it's a first-round pick. So we're excited to get into this one here. The Cleveland Browns could be getting a haul. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah, here we go. We got episode 3, Mock Draft Monday. You can't beat it, man. You want to do odds or evens today?
I can do evens today.
Okay, we got the odds. First pick of the draft. This is a big question mark. QB or not? In my situation, we're not. We're going the best player on the board. We're gonna go with Abdul Carter to the Tennessee.
Abdul. Okay. So this is going to be the trade of the week. The Cleveland Browns. They're going to be picking up another guy or another pick for Myles Garrett, and we're just going to assume later on that should we make the trade whenever we get to the pick? Yeah, let's make the trade whenever we get to the pick. We're going to assume that the Cleveland Browns traded away Myles Garrett, got another first-round pick. So here they go with the best player that is remaining on the board, and his name happens to be Travis Hunter from Colorado.
Let's go. Third pick, Giants, you're happy here. This is the best situation. The number one player on the board, the number one ranked QB, has fallen to you. Cam Ward to the New York Giants at 3.
Easy pick. Whoa.
Sorry. We're back.
Okay. We're back. Let's do this. The New England Patriots. Today we're going to get our franchise quarterback some protection. Will Campbell is an athletic beast, and we're going to go ahead and make that pick here at number 4. Shore it up for old Drake May.
Love it. The popular pick here by far in a way is Mason Graham. I think that would be a good pick. I think instead they took a guy number 1 overall a couple years ago. They got Josh Allen. I think their defensive line is fine. Mason Graham would make it elite, but in this case, we need more help on the outside. We're going Will Johnson, number 5, to the Jaguars.
Love it. Okay, if you're the Las Vegas Raiders, you're kind of liking what you're seeing. Pete Carroll, he loves to draft a defensive guy in the first round. That's what he does, or he goes for the trenches. He doesn't typically go for the sexy pick if you go back and look. So it's easy here for me. We're going to go with Mason Graham, and we're going to have an elite, and I mean elite, defensive line with him, Christian Wilkins, and Max Crosby as of right now.
You're rolling into the next season with Aiden O'Connell at QB. Interesting choice, but we'll let you live with it.
He's done it. He's done it with He's done it. He's done pretty well with Geno.
New York Jets here at 7. We got Tet is there. Garrett Wilson's asking out. If Rodgers isn't there, they say Adams isn't there. So who else is on the team? It'll be interesting to see who is on the Jets come season time. But in this case, we're acting like Rodgers is gone. We're acting like Devontae Adams is gone. We're acting like Garrett Wilson is gone. Give me Tet McMillan to the Jets at 7.
Love it. And if you're the Carolina Panthers, you love seeing Shedeur sent. No, I'm joking. The Carolina Panthers, it's just, for me, man, this is a tough pick. We have honestly potentially overanalyzed this pick here on this show. But we're going to go to the edge room here, BB. And we're going to get my guy. He's all the way down there at 28, but I think he's the best edge rusher on the board. Mike Green is a playmaker, and he is going to Carolina.
Mike Green is a Panther, according to Kevon Cobb. New Orleans, number 9 here, Shedeur. But I saw a report today that they believe Spencer Rattler is their franchise quarterback of the future. So we're not going to go in that direction. We are going to go this is an interesting pick because they are in cap hell. They have really no bright future. Nobody seems to want to be their head coach. But you can always use some edge help. We're going to go Mike Williams to New Orleans. at 9.
Love it. And it just seems like teams are not seeing Shedeur Sanders as that automatic 1-2 pick that a lot of people are saying in this particular draft. That's why with the Las Vegas Raiders, I decided to hold off. But we'll see. We'll see what happens IRL. With the Chicago Bears here, it's an easy pick every single week, baby. If there's an offensive tackle on the board, you take an offensive tackle. Chicago Bears take Kelvin Banks.
Yep, agreed. Agreed. San Francisco 49ers, they have a way better roster than they should to be picking at 11. So in this case, you kind of pick out of just who do you think's the best player on the board. For me, this is Malachi Starks. I know their defense is already good, but why not add the best defender left on the board, Malachi Starks, to the 49ers at 11.
Love it. And Shedeur Sanders still sits on the board. The Dallas Cowboys are not going to move on from Dak Prescott. At this point, that is not what reports are giving us. So we're going to go with a person that's going to make a difference on this team every single week. And I'm going to go with Tyler Warren here, BB. The old tight end. Give Dak another weapon to hit him with. The old Jason Witten, the new Jason Witten in Dallas.
Ashton Jeanty. I feel like some Cowboys fans would be mad to see that guy left on the board there, considering their running back room. But we'll see. You never know. You
never know, baby.
Now we
just got to switch it up. We can't go GT every week to the Cowboys.
It's just the perfect fit. It's just the perfect fit. But the Dolphins here, they're like, what? Ashton Jeanty is still on the board. I don't know, though. They have a running back carousel in Miami. A-Chain, Mostert. I swear Jeff Wilson somehow is either on the – Jeff Wilson's always on the Dolphins and the 49ers at the same time. You never know which one. No, I don't love that. In this case, if I'm the Dolphins, I go for a player that offers me the most versatility on the defensive side of the ball. Their offense will always be fine with Mike McDaniel calling shots. Tua, who questions to be answered whether Tyreek will be there or not next year, but you add a versatile defender in Jalen Walker going to Miami. Guy that can rush the passer and play off ball. Be interesting to see how he translates.
Love it. I think the Colts struggled the biggest. I mean, defensively, they struggled. I feel like there's nothing wrong with getting Anthony Richardson a little more protection with Josh Simmons here. I'm just trying to think through their roster, rapid speed right now. This is just a weird pick. You see, they clearly need everything according to NFL mock draft database. I'm going to go with James Pierce Jr. here, just to give him another guy getting into the backfield. They need a lot of help on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, you can never have too many edge rushers. Here is where we say that the Atlanta Falcons are making a trade. So we're going to see if we can trade here with where's Atlanta? Atlanta and the Cleveland Browns. We're acting like this is Miles Garrett. So the 15th pick is Myles Garrett, pretty much. And we're going to see how are we going to make them accept this trade. Let's just throw some future picks in there that don't really matter. Right there. Bang.
Bang.
Now we got the Cleveland Browns back on the board. And Shedeur Sanders is still on the board. Whoa! The Colorado teammates are going to reunite in Cleveland.
How about it?
Give me Shedeur Sanders going to the Browns at 15 with his boy Travis. And Deshaun Watson.
Hey, it was nice knowing you, brother.
Shedeur Sanders, welcome to Cleveland with your brother, Travis Hunter.
Man, how happy would Dion be if his boys both ended up on the same squad? Hey, there's a potential chance for that to happen. As you can see, it just did. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the board. Man, I mean, that's just that they were just a weird team. They just didn't have it. I feel like it was a lot of play calling, a lot of just mishaps all over the place. We're going to go with Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, keep the old man Kyler Murray upright. And nothing wrong with going in the trenches in the first round. Never.
Ooh, this is an interesting pick. Cincinnati Bengals here at 17. I think you're okay with Chase Brown as your primary back. So I think you're fine on Jeanty, letting him stay there. But T. Higgins, He's looking elsewhere. He's not looking in Cincinnati. He's getting that bag. So you need an immediate replacement for him. You're looking at Luther Burden and Emeka Egbuka. For me, where I'm going with Emeka Egbuka, I think he could be a standout receiver in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow.
Love it. Let's see here. The Seattle Seahawks are up on the board here. I'm trying to see if they were it just seemed like there were too many games where they gave up too many points.
Ooh.
Just from a quick look. So we're going to go on the defensive side of the ball. Let's assume they keep DK. Let's assume they keep Smith and Jigba here. So they've got their guys on the offensive side of the ball. You know, they have Kenneth Walker as well. So we're just going to go with a man that is a beast in the middle, BB. Kenneth Grant, defensive lineman from Michigan.
Well, I'm forgetting the name of the D lineman they took last year. What was his name? He was Mr. Big Sexy. I'll tell you that. He was popping out to the draft. But having them two in the middle, that would solve your run defending problems for sure.
Byron Murphy.
Yeah. Byron Murphy. That guy's a big guy. Tampa Bay Buccaneers here at 19. I think it is all without a doubt a guarantee that they are looking at the edge room in the first round. We have a lot of the edge rushers are gone. People like edge rushers. We got Nick Scott, Shamar Stewart, Jax Sawyer. And in this case, we just saw Shamar Stewart show out at the Senior Bowl. He's upped his draft stock. So therefore, he's going ahead of his teammate, Nick Scott. And we're going Shamar Stewart to the Buccaneers at 19.
Let's go. Denver. Hey, the Broncos fans on Twitter they've been licking their chops for Ashton Jeanty to somehow wind up in Denver. It's hard for me to not believe that Bo Nix doesn't need another weapon. But we're going to go with Ashton Jeanty here. We are going to stick with Ashton Jeanty, new running back in Denver. We're not going to make two fan bases mad by passing up on Jeanty.
Here we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. They're sad to see Mr. Jeanty go at 20 right before him. I think they could let Najee walk, and Jeanty would have been an upgrade at the position, in my opinion. I think that would have been an immediate upgrade. But in this case, you're also sad to see Emeka Egbuka is gone. But Luther Burden, who was supposed to be the number one receiver on the board coming into the season, he still had a good year, but Missouri was not as good as anticipated, so he has fallen in the draft, and he is going to the Pittsburgh Steelers to pair up with the quarterback. We don't know yet. Other wide receiver, George Pickens, I think that's a pretty good little room. George Pickens, Luther Burden, let's play some ball.
I'll tell you this, Burden can play. There's no doubt that Burden can play.
Absolutely can play.
Let's get there's too much continuity here. Jim Harbaugh, Michigan, tight end. Let's not have Justin Herbert throwing the ball to Will Dissly too much longer. Let's go ahead and get Colston Loveland on the Los Angeles Chargers.
I think that is a match made in heaven right there. Will Dissly likes to give the ball to the other team after it hits his hands. A little weird. But here we're sitting here at 23, the Green Bay Packers. And I think the Packers offense, they have loaded up on wide receivers year after year. Running back room is completely fine. They took Jordan Love in the first round. So I think they're only looking at the defensive side of the ball. You see Nick Scott in here. I'm going to be honest. I'm not crazy about Mr. Nick Scott. But me and you, who we are crazy about, who we do like, is Mr. Benjamin Morrison. He got hurt his last year at Notre Dame, so we didn't get to see him in the playoffs. But his tape that he put on the field, it's undeniable. This guy's locked down. Pair him with Jair Alexander. Let's play ball.
Let's play ball. The Vikings, man, they have so much offensive firepower, right? I don't think that we need to go anybody crazy on this side of the ball. I'm thinking about defensive backs right now. I mean, that defense was flying around last year too. We're going to go with a flyer here on Jahdae Barron, who won the best cornerback award in college football. We're going to go Jahdae Barron to the Minnesota Vikings.
I like that a lot. Here, we got the Houston Texans. You know who is the most sacked quarterback in the league? It actually might have been Caleb Williams, but I know he was up there close with C.J. Stroud. You cannot play good football when you're on your behind every game. We saw that in the playoffs. He was just getting abused. He was getting abused play after play after play Armand Membu. We didn't know about him last time we did a mock draft. We had never heard of this guy, but I've been watching mock drafts the past week, and people are saying this guy could be the best tackle in the draft. And also, he can play tackle, he can play guard as well. He can play all 5 positions on the offensive line. So wherever you need this guy in Houston, he's going to play it for you, and he's going to do an elite job at it. Give me Mr. Armand going to Houston.
Let's go. Let's see. Is Cooper Kupp going to stick with the Los Angeles Rams, BB? That is going to be a big question this offseason. Is he going to keep running it? Is he going to be the man still? It seems like his production fell off big time. But you still have Puka, who I think genuinely top 5, top 10 type receiver. He's a beast out there. But we're going to stick defensive side of the ball here. We're going to go Siobhan Revel, BB. Cornerback, okay. Rams.
I like it. Interesting. I want to see more tape on that guy. Nonetheless, we got Baltimore. You need to rush the passer. Kyle Van Noy, not sure how much longer you can count on this guy. They've taken the Kyle Hamiltons, the Nate Wiggins, the sexy picks on defense. Now it's time to get in the trenches. We need to stop the run. Their run defense was 32 out of 32 in the league. Actually, no. Sorry. That is not correct. I believe their pass defense was 32 out of 32. But anyway, we're staying on the D-line. Nick Scorton has fallen to you all the way here at 27. He is a big bruiser on the D-line. I think this is an easy pick. Nick Scorton to the Ravens.
Love it. Injury. That is the one word that defined the Detroit Lions season this year, considering they couldn't push through the Commanders and make it to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, we have to fill those holes, those guys that are getting injured. I love big, bad Walter Nolan from Ole Miss, BB, and we're going to get them trenches filled out for the old man, Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit unfair adding him to the room. The Lions are going to be scary again, man.
They're going to be good again.
Be scary again. Here, the Commanders, how long can you really count as on De'Ami Brown as your wide receiver too? I don't know. We have a couple tackles on the board. The Commanders, they were shocked, man. They picked second in the draft last year. Now they're all the way at 29. You want to talk about a quick turnaround. So
that's how you do it.
I think you're just looking to add just talent to the roster. Ooh, I don't know here. This is an interesting pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not going to go with the biggest need the Commanders have, but I'm going to go with the guy. You pair him with Frankie Louvu. These two guys are going to be flying sideline to sideline. Give me Jahad Campbell going to the Commanders.
Love it. I want to be completely honest with the Buffalo Bills. It's tough because I could make a case for 2 positions personally. I'm sure there's going to be some other things from other people, but I think that you can make a strong case for wide receiver. Yep. You gotta get the man Josh Allen some more juice, especially if he's going to ever beat the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Matthew Golden is a good player, but I'm sorry, man. DeMar Hamlin, the bobblehead helmet, and then when guys go down at the safety position, they're struggling. They were struggling bad at the safety position, and I think I'm going to go with a man that is a ball hawk and a dog in the run defense. I'm going to go with Nick Emmanwori from South Carolina, BB, in the first round.
I like that. You need a field general. You need a field general in D. He could be exactly that. Philadelphia Eagles at 31. Now we're getting to the point where these teams really don't have weaknesses, to be honest with you, man. You look at the Eagles offense, they got their quarterback, they got their running back, they got their tight end, they got their 2 receivers. You look at their defense, their D-line is stacked. Their linebackers, Zach Bond was ranked like top 5 at his position. Their corners, they've taken Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Both have seemed to work out. Reed Blankenship on the backside. So you look at this team, you're like, man, they really don't have any weaknesses. They really don't. If there was one, I would say maybe linebacker. Let's see who we got on the board at linebacker.
Wow.
If Jahad Campbell would have fallen 2 more picks, I think that's the easy pick. I think that's who I picked or I mocked them last time we did this. But the website says they need edge. Nolan Smith, I believe, if he has one more sack, he breaks the playoff record for the Philadelphia Eagles in terms of sacks. So you don't really need that. I mean, you have Jalen Carter, you have Jordan Davis. Like those aren't edges, but these are all guys that can get home.
Yeah.
So in this case, I mean, I'm just going to take some O-line depth. I don't know how much longer Lane Johnson's going to be able to keep kicking it on that right side. So we're going to just get the guy that – I'm pretty sure this is the guy that got blown up by Mike Green, but he's the best tackle on the board. We're going to give him to the Eagles.
Yeah, that's a weird thing about these teams right here is they legitimately don't need anybody. That's why they're in the Super Bowl. Like they've got the roster piece figured out.
Yep.
So Kansas City Chiefs, same thing. I mean – part of me wants to go ahead and start getting ready to replace Chris Jones with Derek Harmon, but the other part of me wants to just keep Patrick Mahomes protected for his entire career with Tyler Booker, We're going to go with Derek Harmon, though. We're going to get ready to have the backup for Chris Jones, and we're going to have two absolute dominant figures in the middle, and we're just going to call it at that.
I like that a lot. I mean, if you can keep the best QB in the league, some would say, upright and healthy, why not? Actually, sorry, no, we took a D lineman. I was completely thinking you went Booker. My bad. Yeah. Chris Jones, what a mentor for old Derek Harmon. What a guy to learn by.
Yeah.
So,
and look at this. Look at this. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, come on now. Second pick, Travis Hunter. And then your 15th pick, second first round pick that you got Shedeur Sanders. I think that is worth giving up. Myles Garrett. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think
you're gonna get more. You're gonna get more with it.
Yeah, you're gonna get more. What did you said? Khalil Mack was traded for 2 firsts and a second,
2 firsts, a third, and a sixth.
So, I mean, Myles Garrett has that kind of juice. You're probably going to get another first round out of Myles Garrett. So, definitely worth it for the Cleveland Browns fans. I like the pick that that our Carolina Panthers got to swoop in on, get the old Mike Green before, people start getting after him. So, I mean, hey, a lot of fans are happy. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys aren't happy with me right now, but that's okay, guys. That's okay. We have another one next week. Come back and watch it.
Yeah. Leave a like, subscribe. Let us know if you were happy, who your team took. Till next Monday, we'll be back. Appreciate y'all watching.
Appreciate it.